For this project, I started with a 10 by 27 inch frame that I had picked up from Goodwill. I took the paper backing off. I took all the clips off around the back that's holding the glass and the picture in. Then I removed the backing and I removed the glass. I cleaned up the glass, I cleaned up the frame, and then I took silicone caulk and put it around the perimeter of the back of the frame where the glass would sit. Then I replaced the glass and let it dry for 24 hours. The silicone caulk serves two purposes. It holds the glass in place once it's dry, and it also helps to prevent resin leaks when you pour resin on the top of it after it's dry. Next, I took this package of butterflies that I had picked up from the Dollar Tree and used 3 of the larger butterflies and taped them to the back of the frame, forming a pattern. And then I flipped it over and I used something called simulated liquid leading to trace out the butterflies. The brand name is Gallery Glass. Now this simulated liquid leading, I would think it's almost similar to puff paint, I would say. Maybe not quite the same, but it dries fairly hard, but you can use a razor blade to clean it up in any way that you may need to, or even to remove it from the glass. So it is not permanent until you take your resin and pour it over it. Once I was done outlining the butterflies, then I put lines across the glass, kind of giving it a stained glass appearance. At least that's what I was trying to do. And if I had to do it again, I would have put the lines in different areas. Or I may have even tried it without putting any lines on at all. And after I was done with that, I took the butterfly tape off of the butterflies off the back of the glass. So for the next part of the project, I used something called Celestial Fire Glass. I purchased this on Amazon. It is tempered glass that comes all broken up like that. And this is what I used to fill in all the areas other than the butterflies, the clear tempered glass. And what I'm doing is taking one piece at a time and laying it flat. And this was very tedious. And I found that I would get the one piece flat and put another one on, and that would fall over. And later on in the project, you'll see I ended up pouring a little bit of resin first and then laying it in the resin, which made it a little bit sticky so that they stood up better. So next I decided I wanted to make the butterflies blue and yellow. I took something called alcohol ink and dyed the Celestial Fire Glass yellow and blue, and then laid it out to dry. I apologize for the lighting in this next part. I actually turned on a real bright light thinking we could see it better, and it kind of washed it out. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this and fast forward because this took me a couple nights to do. It was a fairly long project. So at this point, I decide I'm going to try to put a little bit of resin down, and hopefully the glass will stick to it without falling over. So for this, I'm using something called art resin. It's a 1-to-1 ratio resin. You use 1 part resin to 1 part hardener. You mix the two together. When you first mix them together, it's clear. As you start stirring it, it becomes cloudy, and after 2 to 3 minutes of mixing it, you'll see that it becomes clear again, and that's how you know it's ready to pour. The slower you mix it, the less bubbles you'll get, and I know it looks like I'm doing it really fast, but I have this on fast forward. You're supposed to scrape the bottom and scrape the sides to mix it thoroughly. And again, this is what I did. I went ahead and just started putting it in areas before I put the glass down. And then as I would finish an area, I would put some over top of it. And for this particular project, I had to mix up multiple cups of resin. I just did small cups at a time. And again, I'm just going to go ahead and put it in fast forward because it was a very long process. I don't think I showed it, but for the body of the butterfly, I actually took some of the celestial glass and put some black alcohol ink in it, but it didn't really get as dark as I would have liked it to be. And then at the very end, I just took the resin, the rest of the resin, and poured it over everything. I was kind of going over each area as I finished it with resin anyway, but I used up the last little bit, making sure I covered everything. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. That helps the channel out. And if you subscribe, you'll be notified when the next video comes out. Good morning, everyone. It's 8 o'clock here, and it's 39 degrees out. So it's cold, and our heat's not working. But we live just south of Central Florida, so I guess we're in the northern part of South Florida. I don't know what you'd call it. But anyway, so it doesn't usually get this cold here. And like I said, our heat's not working. I have to call somebody about it. And I think they said it's supposed to go up to 67 today, and then by Wednesday it'll be back up close to 80, which is crazy going from one extreme to the other. Anyway, what you guys think about it? I think it turned out good. The only problem I had is with the alcohol ink. So if you look towards the beginning of the video, when I mix up the yellow and the blue, they are so bright and so vibrant. And then put them on, and then you put the resin over it, and they've been getting lighter and lighter. And so I actually had to paint some of the blue with some more alcohol ink and then put a little bit more resin over it to make it darker. So I don't know what the deal is with that. But have you guys ever used the alcohol ink and had a problem like that with it kind of being diluted, the colors? So I'm thinking next time I might use, just take the glass and spray it with the Krylon stained glass spray paint, the blue and the yellow, because those are real bright colors, and I've never had a problem with that coming out or anything. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Have you guys ever had experience with that? Any comments, any questions, anything you guys would like me to try or do? I recently saw somebody do this part of it something like this, but they used larger pieces of glass, which might be a good idea because these little tiny pieces of glass it was really tedious. You were just putting one in, and I was trying to lay them flat, and then they would fall over, and then that's when I started doing the resin. But this I actually finished towards the beginning of January because I've been busy with all my Valentine stuff, and I thought, oh well, I'll release this a little bit later because I wanted to get the Valentine videos out. But I don't know. Anyway, I still like the way it turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. That helps the channel, if you hit the like button, I mean. And if you want to see future videos, if you're interested, go ahead and subscribe, and it will notify you when another one comes out. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you stay warm. Thanks for watching.